folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaq Thompson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10, Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally.
Well, Prescott stripped, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On second down, Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Well, he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with McCoy. Got some real estate inside the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now it's Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this. Thing. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They hand off to their big tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime the defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Gano out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the... And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the 1st down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go, 47.
2nd down, Prescott. And here he's got Grant. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cowboys are in for 6. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Newton on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. That's caught inside the 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Right to the 3. That's it. 180. Right to the 3.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. extra point, and it's now 17-14. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
46.
Prescott on 1st down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Prescott from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Swing on the pit, right. To the right. Here we go, 46. Gun. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's rock now. Great. Express. Gun. Set, 180. Gun.
2nd and 10, Newton again. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Gano's kick is right through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. picked by Kevon Seymour. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. To throw is Prescott.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Prescott now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
There we go. Then we're going to 53. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Bryant spread out to the right. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Barner. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Newton now on second down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Prescott now from the 50. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Space to run past the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
Prescott down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Barner. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On first down, it's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Let's rock now. That's it.
On second and 10, Newton. And he fires one incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
That's it. 180.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
That's it. 180. Hey!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they get 14 yards there at a first down. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
180. 133.
Throwing again is Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 13 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And we're back now in Charlotte. The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Great. Hey, you set, buddy. Great. Right there.
Again, Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Elliott. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Here we go. Go right in. Right there, over there. Right there. Here we go, 46.
Again, it's Elliott. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Again to Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking at.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And Olsen over the middle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. From the red zone now, Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
Yeah, they would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. On third down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, 47. There you go. 26.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. On the tackle there, Natrell Jamerson out of Wisconsin. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Prescott to throw it. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. The Cowboys on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Done.
Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaq Thompson in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now Prescott on 4th down. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Newton. He's going to fire one deep. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with 4 seconds remaining. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Gano out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
And now here come the Cowboys. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Carolina, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.